We have finally reached a historic milestone in the cryptocurrency space where the price of Bitcoin rockets to over $100,000 per coin. The highly anticipated stablecoin from Ripple, RLUSD, is delayed for launch. And one of the last things that we're going to be going over, and probably biggest piece of news, is President-elect Trump announces who he plans to chair for the Securities Exchange Commission, known as the SEC. So make sure you guys tune in this video to find out all the details. Hey guys, Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys are going to like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. You guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can. I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started. Today'd be Wednesday, December 4th. When you guys watch this video, it's going to be posted on Thursday, December 5th. We talk about on my channel anything that's going to be impacting financial markets. This is going to involve the political landscape, especially because we just finished an election. It's going to talk about stocks every once in a while, but the main thing we focus on my channel is going to be cryptocurrency. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Right now, the total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $3.65 trillion. This is a 2.99% increase on the day today. If we look at the price of Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin currently is $101,948.88. So we just officially reached over the $100,000 mark for the first time in history. Now, also on top of the $100,000 price, we finally reached a $2 trillion market cap just for Bitcoin alone. So the total market cap for all cryptocurrencies combined, which there's over 2.4 million cryptos, 764 exchanges, and the total market cap, which means all the money that's in the entire cryptocurrency space, is 3.65 trillion. And we see that 2 of the trillion is just in Bitcoin alone. So we have more than half of the total market cap for all cryptocurrencies in Bitcoin. And this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin will always be at the top, especially when we see institutions buying it. Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy buying the Bitcoin at drastic rates. And we see a lot of other institutions like BlackRock, Citadel getting involved as well. And there's several others. Ethereum's price point right now is $3,851. We see a 4.23% increase on that. Bitcoin at a 5.49. Now, the price of the XRP token has slowly dropped, currently trading at $2.32. We were at a number 3 by market cap. We're just $3 billion shy right here. If you guys look, $132 billion to $135 billion. But since the price of the XRP token has fallen 10.92% on the day today, we did see XRP fall to the 4th cryptocurrency by market cap. But Tether USDT is a stable coin, so it's just pegged to the US dollar. So right now, we're not going to see this price increase or decrease drastically because it's pegged to the US dollar. So the only way this goes up in value or down in value is if they print more Tether coins and add them into the market, or if they burn those tokens. But we see XRP right now, the 4th biggest cryptocurrency by market cap. Getting into our biggest gainers and losers on the day today, we see several different cryptocurrencies coming back up that we haven't seen in a while. Sand 17.8%. We got Jasmy 16.9%. ENA 11.9%. Gala Games right now 13.6%. In the red, though, we do see IOTA. IOTA had a big week, 112%. So we're going to see some pullback. Again, the reasons why we see some of this pullback, especially in the 10 percentiles, if we see a 351%, so somebody 3.5x their money. So if you had $100, when you guys are done, you guys have $351 in the cryptocurrency. Some people are going to be taking profits or just taking their initial investment out and then basically essentially playing with house money. And we see this with the XRP token, especially. We're right now on the month 356%, on the year 263%, and on the week 57.3%. So we are going to see some red days again. This is people taking profits. A bunch of people say don't buy in on green days and then only buy in on red days, and then especially sell on green days and then don't sell on red days. Again, nobody should be telling you what to do. This isn't considered financial advice. I'm just some guy on YouTube and TikTok who talks about cryptocurrency because I enjoy it. But you guys are involved with your guys' own financial decisions, and nobody should tell you to buy something or sell something. If you guys make money in a market, it's because you guys decided to do that transaction. And if you guys lost money, it's because you guys decided to make that investment. Make sure you guys do your guys' own independent research. Getting started with our political landscape, we did see a statement from President Joe Biden. He did say today, and this is going to be on December 1st, again, I'd made a video on December 1st, but I didn't actually include this because it wasn't issued yet. But he says, today I put a pardon in for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision making, and I kept my word even as I watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted with aggravating factors. Without aggravating factors like use in crime, multiple purchases, or buying weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It's clear that Hunter was treated differently. And again, everything's going to be down in the comments. So the full statement's going to be down below. But I did want to point out that he did say that he's going to pardon his son from 2014 and on. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, right here. So from the offenses of the United States which he has committed or may have committed. So again, his dad, President Joe Biden, might have known that he's committed some crimes or taken part during the period of January 1st of 2014 through December 1st of 2024, including but not limited to all the offensive charges or prosecuted, including that have resulted in convictions. So it's interesting to see what's happening with all of this information. And then we do see that he did pardon his son and that he's coming out. And then this is from Politico. Biden, White House is discussing preemptive pardons for those in Trump's crosshairs. Those are going to include members of Congress in the January 6th committee, Senator-elect Adam Schiff, former GOP Rep Liz Cheney, for Dick Cheney, the wife of Dick Cheney, as well as Anthony Fauci. So he was the head of the Human Health Services for the U.S., former head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who became a lightning rod of criticism for the right during this pandemic. I'm not going to get, banned or shadow banned for saying what it is, but obviously you guys can read. I just highlighted it. But it's interesting that he's going to be pardoning all of these individuals before leaving office. We'll see what happens. Getting into some of the things that President-elect Trump is talking about. So it says right here, Trump reportedly told Justin Trudeau that if his tariffs destroyed Canada, that the country should become the 51st state and Trudeau could be the governor. We did see that Peter Doocy, for those of you guys that don't know, he's a Fox contributor. He's a member of the press, and he sits in the White House press secretary meetings all the time. He's the one that you guys see a bunch of videos on asking these hilarious questions. But moving on into the cryptocurrency space, Michael Saylor, I wanted to point him out as being the number one for this, mainly because he's the one that's been buying and leading the way for the institutional investors with MicroStrategy buying cryptocurrency, mainly in the focus of Bitcoin. He has a strategic Bitcoin reserve that he's done for his company, and his company's done very well since. They recently just bought more cryptocurrency. We'll look in our Watcher Guru news later. I forgot to actually pull up the article, so we'll scroll through a little bit during this video, and you guys can kind of see what we're doing. But Michael Saylor did say we finally hit 100,000. We did see that right here, and we did see the price of XRP jump about 5 cents also on top of that. But it's interesting to see. That's what I was checking on. I got a notification on my phone, so that's what I was looking at. But it's interesting. On top of this, one of the world's largest Bitcoin miners is buying a wind farm to power its operations. So one of the world's largest Bitcoin miners is buying a wind farm to power its operations. So we can see Bitcoin staying. We see a lot of countries and governments around the globe that are trying to stop people from using the power grids to fund Bitcoin mining. So this company right here is looking at buying up a wind farm to be able to use renewable energy to mine Bitcoin. Now, Trump has chosen Paul Atkins as chair of the SEC. We'll look at some of these people who have talked about it in the cryptocurrency space. Jeremy Hogan, he has a YouTube channel called Legal Briefs. He was one leading the way with the Ripple versus the SEC case, kind of breaking things down for us normal people who don't have the education level of lawyers and understanding all of the complex documents that they read through. They read through like hundreds or thousands of pages and then break them down in some small YouTube videos for us. But he says Trump's pick for former SEC head Paul Atkins to chair his SEC pros. He is an advocate for reasonable and workable regulation in the digital asset space, especially with exchanges. He's a steady hand with the SEC chair for 8 years. It will be hard for the Dems to attack him. Negatives: he won't be able to bull in the China shop many in the crypto space want. He will make measured and deliberate changes. Overall, I give his appointment a B plus in the digital asset industry, and that was good enough to get me a law degree. So yeah. Obviously, I like his advice. I think that this is going to be big news for us, and we'll talk about some of the stuff in a little bit about our current SEC chair, Gary Gensler, and a lot of people thought that he was going to be a good choice as well. Jeremy also says there were pretty clear marching orders for the new SEC chair. The fact that he highlighted digital assets in his announcement, I would call this bullish. So this is a post from Donald J. Trump. I am delighted to announce the nomination of Paul Atkins to be the next chair of the Securities Exchange Commission. Paul is proven leader in the common sense regulation. He believes in the promises of robust innovation capital markets that are reasonable to the needs of investors and that provide capitals to make our economy the best in the world. He also recognizes that digital assets and other innovations are crucial to making America greater than ever before. I do think that this is another plus, especially knowing that it's going to be President-elect Trump picking this individual to chair the SEC. I think it's great news. Brad Garlinghouse, he is the CEO over at Ripple. His company was fighting the SEC for the last 3.5 to 4 years for regulations in the cryptocurrency space to prove that XRP is not considered security. Brad Garlinghouse says, an outstanding choice. Paul Atkins is the helm of the SEC, will bring common sense back to the agency, along with Hester Pierce and Mark Uden. It's time to swiftly and definitively end the prohibition era on crypto, restoring freedom of choice, economic growth, and innovation. I do like this message from Brad Garlinghouse. Stuart Alderati says the triumph of Atkins, Pierce, and Udall is that at the SEC will not only bring common sense back to the agency, but true investor protection as well. And I do see that this is good as well. Stuart Alderati is the chief legal officer over at Ripple. But a bunch of people, when Gary Gensler was going to be nominated to chair the SEC, were touting this as a great example. So I opened up YouTube specifically for this reason as the MIT open courseware. So for those of you guys that don't know, Gary Gensler used to teach blockchain and cryptocurrency at MIT. So you would have thought that he would have been a great person to chair the SEC because he's in the digital asset space. He knows a lot of the knowledge in this space. But he used that knowledge to attack cryptocurrency companies and also to move innovation away from the United States. But almost anyone that you can talk to or anyone that you will look back and you can see all of their posts if they haven't deleted them, were talking great things when Gary Gensler was nominated, just like Atkins is nominated right now. Everyone's talking good about him. Until they sit in the seat, I will not actually give a definitive answer if I agree or disagree, but I will say I do agree with some of these takes that like Jeremy Hogan, Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Alderati have come out with, and also as well as President-elect Trump announcing him as the chair. I think that is great news. Getting in with Hedera, real-world utility is important, affordable, predictable fees are important, reasonable, transparent governance is also important. So here's the Hedera Governing Council. You guys can see some of the people that are companies that you guys might know, like Boeing, Dell, we see Google, IBM, LG. These are some big companies that you guys are probably knowing in the digital space. It doesn't have to be digital asset space, but like deals with technology. Boeing, aerospace, Dell Computers. We see Google, obviously a major search engine. They also own a bunch of other companies as well, IBM, LG. You know, all of these companies are sitting on the board of Hedera, and Hedera has the hbar token. I see this being very well for the digital asset space. And if we look at the Hedera token, it did move down a little bit, mainly because we did have a big green week. Currently trading at 29 cents. For the week, though, we're up 111%. We were trading at 14 cents. If we look at the month, we were trading at 4 cents. So we went from 4 cents all the way up to 38, I believe. I did sell some of my hbar tokens actually right here. It was the perfect time to time the top. Normally, you can't time markets. I thought it was going to still continue to go up. I took a little bit of profits. I've been in hbar since 2.5 to 3 cents is my low entry. My average entry into this cryptocurrency is 4.5 cents. So obviously, like, I almost made 10x my money. I'm at 9.5x my money. I did take my initial out, and now I'm just playing with house money for the rest. But obviously, we have some of these individuals like me who've been early investors in some of these cryptocurrencies, and there's people who got in earlier than I did, and they're still riding this cryptocurrency. So obviously, we're going to see some pullback. We're never going to see a straight up in the realm and continue to rise and rise and rise, we will see some pullback. So again, it's important that you guys use common sense when you guys are making investments and do your guys' own independent research. Charles Hoskinson, he is the founder and creator of the ADA token Cardano. It says Hydra hit 1 million. So right here for transactions per second, 1 million transactions per second on Cardano's network for the ADA token. I think that this is really well. For those of you guys that don't know, Charles Hoskinson was selected, and he is going to be working directly with the Trump administration. That's one of the big things going on. He talked about it in one of his videos. He does a bunch of videos just like this, and he talks about a bunch of different things in the cryptocurrency space, but he did say that he was selected and he was going to be helping work directly hand in hand with the Trump administration for the digital asset space. So that's why I see big news with this. Now, CZ, he is the co-founder and former CEO of Binance, says, while you're looking for coins to ape, we are working on education. Preview lesson 17 in the Giggle Academy. Still in the younger age range, but the lessons will grow over time, ramping the team size now. I think this is great news, and if you guys don't know who he is, almost anything that this guy touches does well. You guys should look into the Giggle Academy. Again, not financial advice. Make sure you guys do your guys' research. But I think that this is really good, and I see we can have a lot of education in this cryptocurrency space, especially at the young range. And we're not actually going to be utilizing, dollars with this, in the cryptocurrency asset space with this education, but you can just build an education platform on the blockchain network. And if you want to, you can use assets. But I think he's going to come out with some educational pieces that are going to be free, as well as a premium version, probably for Giggle Academy. More news to come on this, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot into it. But I think that this is great. I'm going to be looking into it. I'm a high school teacher here in Arizona, and I think that, obviously we can see a lot of great news with this. Now we're going to get into where we were with our last video with this. We got into December 1st. We'll look and see some big news. U.S. government moves 10,000 Bitcoin worth $963 million to Coinbase. This was when Bitcoin, I believe, was like $94,000 per coin. Hopefully they didn't sell, but obviously, the U.S. government's going to do whatever it's going to do. But they, again, moved $1.92 billion worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase. We see Coinbase now allows users to purchase cryptocurrency with Apple Pay, making it even easier and easier for this to happen. Virgin Voyagers becomes the first cruise line to accept Bitcoin for payments. Obviously, we're seeing some real-world application with a lot of these. We see that the SEC chair was right here, Paul Atkins. $443 million liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 12 hours. So when they talk about liquidated, this is how much money left the cryptocurrency space in the past 12 hours. So that's when we saw the price of Bitcoin. I think it was at like 98,000, dropped to 94,000. And obviously, there's, some things going on. We'll see what happens. Former Celsius CEO Alex Maskey pleaded guilty to a fraud case. So Celsius ended up going down, pleaded guilty, probably taking a plea deal so we can lighten his sentence. Grayscale files for a Solana ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. I think that's great news. We see Ethereum reach 38,000. We talked about that. What else? Fed Chair Jerome Powell says Bitcoin is a competitor with gold and not the US dollar. Again, so a bunch of people are saying that this can be a strategic reserve. So instead of holding like gold bars, you can hold Bitcoin as a reserve currency. Again, obviously, make sure you guys decide that this is the best financial interest if you ever do decide to do this, because obviously gold can be used for real world utility with like a bunch of different things like electronic. You guys have gold in your guys' phone. It's a great conductor for electricity. There's a lot of different things gold can get used for. But obviously, if we look at we'll just look at the Bitcoin chart really quick, and I can just show you guys. If we look at all, Bitcoin's price has steadily increased. Again, it doesn't always just go up. We have our peaks and then our downs, and then our peaks and then downs. But we've gone from 5 cents all the way up to right now, currently at a peak of $101,688. So obviously we've seen a major price increase, and it looks like the charts are still going to keep going. But again, make sure you guys do your own independent research. Wisdom Tree files for an S1 registration with the SEC for an XRP ETF. I see that the XRP token is going to keep on going up and up with real world utility and value, and that's why I think the XRP token continue to rise. We see this right here. The XRP token linked to Ripple Labs has vaulted rivals to become the third largest cryptocurrency in the $100 billion rally. So that's what I was showing you guys earlier when we were talking about the cryptocurrency space, where XRP, again, we're just roughly 1.4 billion dollars short right now. We see XRP continuing to go up. It was 230 at the start, 235 when we looked a second ago. Now it's 236. We're roughly 1.4 billion away from flipping back into the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. So we'll see what happens. But learn the difference from the XRPL, which is the XRP ledger, the XRP token, and Ripple. The one is the blockchain, so the XRPL ledger is the blockchain. So it says the XRP ledger is a decentralized public blockchain that is open source and powered by the global developer community. Companies, institutions, developers, and individuals around the world use the XRP ledger for its use cases across tokenization, payments, stablecoins, CBDCs, and more. XRP is a native digital asset on the XRPL. So XRP is a native digital asset on the XRPL, similar to Ethereum for the Ethereum or Solana for the Solana network. The primary utility for XRP is to facilitate transaction on the network. XRP also serves to protect the ledger from spam and to bridge currencies in the XRP ledger's DEX. So the XRP token is the only thing that you guys can currently buy right now. If you guys have LinkedIn, I believe it's LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn. Give me 2 seconds. I have it right here. I think it's Link2. Link2 is the one that you can, if you're a accredited investor, you can buy a pre-IPO shares of Ripple. But Ripple is the company. So Ripple is a technology company that builds the crypto solutions for businesses. Ripple uses XRP as a bridge currency in its solutions because it's fast, efficient, and reliable, making it ideal for financial use cases like payments. Ripple is also the holder of XRP. Ripple is one of the many developers building on and contributing to the XRP ledger. So this is what is working. So this is basically like your internet access. XRP is like the US dollar, and the company is like the government. Okay, so if that's just putting it into a perspective for you guys can only own the asset itself right now. And if you want the asset to grow, we need to build use cases, which are companies doing on this ledger, this blockchain. So it's interesting. Again, this is why it's great to have an educational resource, and make sure you guys look at other people besides me in this space, because there's a lot of smart, educated people who are building on the XRPL as well. Ripple. So despite some speculation, RLUSD isn't launching today. We're in a step with the New York Department of Finance Services on final approval, and we'll share updates as soon as possible. We are fully committed to launching under the supervisions of the NYDFS and upholding to the highest regulatory standards. Stay tuned for updates. So obviously, there's going to be some rumors going on, especially with the postponement. Just go to Ripple's X page if you guys want to have some more information. They're the #1 place to get reliable information from. And on top of reliability, Brad Garlinghouse wants to share a message with Ripple. So he's a CEO over at Ripple. It says, uptick in the crypto market means uptick in scams. Reminder that Ripple will never ask you to send XRP, and neither will Brad, David, Monica, Stu. So Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, Monica Long, Stuart Alderati, or anyone else from Ripple. Stay vigilant, learn how to protect your guys' selves, and report scams. So this is what you guys can do right here. Don't fall victim to crypto scams. Again, everything's going to be down in the comments below, and here's a little funny video for you guys to watch. Again, everything's going to be linked down in the comments below. But thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Thank you guys for watching this video, and congrats to Bitcoin holders if you are one. I do not currently own any Bitcoin, but I do want everyone in the cryptocurrency and digital asset space to succeed. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys can invest with the big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys, and have a good one.